To get an idea of how Wallace Broecker really feels about climate change, you only need to look outside his office. He's nicknamed this the Climate Beast. His point is the climate is angry and humans are provoking it. It's a subject he's been exploring for a long time. So long that Broecker is believed to have coined the phrase global warming back in 1975.
And I immediately didn't like it because I said, well, I've written 480 scientific papers. I've written 10 books. You mean I'm going to go down in history as the first one to say global warming?
The 78-year-old Broecker would rather you know him for his science.
This is one of the great climate archives.
Much of his research has been done here at Columbia University's Earth Institute. This lab contains thousands upon thousands of samples of sediment collected from the ocean floor from all over the globe. Right now, he's focusing on the equatorial Pacific.
We're trying to understand how the ocean circulated during glacial time.
Broecker is a geologist who's been studying the climate of the planet over the last 25,000 years. He avoids specific predictions, as most climate scientists do, but he's worried about the trajectory.
I base my fears for the future not on what's happening, but the fact that physics tells us that if we put these gases in the atmosphere, we're going to warm the planet. If we're wrong about that, then we're out in left field on everything.
Richard Lindzen, a professor of meteorology at MIT, is not worried. Yes, he believes there's warming, but not a significant amount. On Lindzen's desk, you'll see his piece of the 2007 Nobel Peace Prize that Al Gore shared with a panel of 2,500 scientists studying climate change. But Lindzen sees things differently from most others on that panel.
In terms of global warming, would you put yourself in denier or doubter column?
Closer to denier.
Why?
To say a doubter presumes a really good case, but you have some questions. I think it's a very poor case.
So what does he base his case on? Lindzen explains, among other things, he studies data from satellites like these to gauge the Earth's cooling ability.
So we're just looking at what the satellites are saying, and they're saying it cools more effectively when you heat it up.
He thinks other models rely too heavily on factors that have too many uncertainties. As for today's melting polar ice caps, he says the Arctic is already recovering and dismisses projections that the climate is heading in a dangerous direction.
I hope it goes away. Most of these things have gone away in time. It's recognized it was a momentary hysteria.
As for Lindzen's theory that the clouds and water vapor will help regulate the climate, Wallace Broecker says this.
I'll give you a 5% chance. But we don't sit back and do nothing based on that 5% chance, because there's 95% chance that you're wrong.
What's hysteria to Richard Lindzen is prudence to Wallace Broecker. Mary Snow, CNN, New York.